Frescoes are often the only source, along with other works of art, of just how the world appeared in the eyes of the Minoans. They give us insight of their beliefs, cultural practice, and aesthetic taste. They are also some of the most brilliant imagery given to us from the Bronze Age Crete. The first fresco we will look at is in the Knossos Palace throne room. Immediately you notice the bright colors in this fresco, and each color has a meaning. Red, yellow, and blue are equal to that of bronze, gold, and silver. These colors were most likely used to show the wealth and power of whoever stayed here. It is thought that this is actually a shrine room where a priestess stayed, since griffins are frequently associated with goddesses but never with a male figure in Minoan Crete. I agree with this because the griffin looks very feminine and graceful. It also has a piercing eye, which kind of makes it seem it's looking into your soul. This shows how the Minoans thought very highly of nature and animals, as they had them represented as gods. The dolphin fresco was also found at the Knossos Palace in Greece. The use of its vibrant colors, such as the bright blue, was believed to have meant wealth and success. It was discovered in the Queen's Megaron dating back to 1500 BC. By looking at this fresco, you can tell that the marine life meant something to these ancient people. The dolphins in this fresco have incredible detail, including their eyes, which almost seem human-like. A theory about the dolphins was that they were actually men who were reincarnated. The ancient people believed this because it gave an explanation as to why these mammals were so helpful to humans and very intelligent. The nature of the sea is populated with tons of fish, which was an important aspect in the Minoans' life. They used the sea for trade, which created jobs and income for people of this community. The Minoans looked closely to the creatures in the sea because they provided so much to them and helped them live their daily life. I really enjoyed this fresco because of the colors that were used on the detail in the piece overall. I liked how the artist used a lot of the bright blue and coral colors to catch the viewer's eyes. The detail in the dolphin and the soft waves that appear throughout the piece allows it to look as if there is movement and the fish are actually swimming. The fresco looks lively and is impressionable in my eyes. In this painting, we can see 3 acrobats performing a dangerous stunt during an important ceremony. Anthropologists have concluded that painted in white were the female figures and painted in red was the male. The female on the left is seen holding onto the charging bull's horn, about to vault over it. The man in the middle is mid-vault, upside down, and the woman on the right has just dismounted. However, others suggest that rather than seeing 3 acrobats, there is only 1. The different colors are used to indicate a sequence of steps of an individual completing the leap. The background of the scene is blue, white, and yellow. The color blue is very rare. Considering the site and color, we can infer that this fresco would most likely be found in a palace and was created for someone who was very wealthy. These activities depicted in the fresco are usually performed publicly in front of a crowd for a civic event. Those participating in these bull activities are often young and are passing from childhood into adulthood. The achievement of the bull sport contributes to that passage and is referred to as the rite of passage, establishing the participant as an adult. Because there are so many different theories about this fresco, we may never know its true meaning. It does, however, show us an important part of Minoan culture. I think that the simple colors and design work nicely together to help attract our attention to the bull and acrobats. The fresco beautifully demonstrates Minoan activities, giving us a sense of what life was like during this time. This helps us understand a little more about Minoan culture and gives us an idea of what these activities looked like. The spring fresco is at a site of Akrotiri on the spectacular island of Santorini. The entire fresco covers 3 walls of room 2, a ground floor room in the Delta complex of the archaeological site of Akrotiri. It is known to be one of the jewels of the Minoan civilization. It has been known that the vast majority of frescoes belong to the second story of buildings, and their presence in the buildings of all types suggests that frescoes were not restricted to a rich elite, but were enjoyed by all classes of society. The fresco was found in 1970 under layers of ash and pumice when the Thera volcano erupted. The more we learn about the eruption of the Thera volcano, the more we understand what kind of disruption it must have caused. When describing the fresco, I would say that the lilies seem to be swaying in a gentle breeze, and the flowers are depicted in various stages of growth from bud to full bloom. The fresco ignores the 3 planes of the walls to create a convincing surround effect which captures the vibrancy and regeneration of springtime. The fresco is beautiful, joyous, expressive, almost full of life. I love how simple it is, but it also captures the springtime in bright colors. It almost reminds me of Dr. Seuss's illustrations. I like how the fresco is big enough to take up 3 walls, which demonstrates the luxuries Minoans preferred.